Theatre Collective is proud to present The Life of Madame Curie. There's a light up in a green pin spot on her face.
And then I had a dinner party, and someone at the dinner party asked a question, where do you see yourself next year? And my answer to this, which popped out of my mouth, was, I'm going to take my one-person show to Edinburgh Fringe.
No, I had no interest. I spent a big chunk of my life writing a one-person show that was quite successful, and enough already.
The thing is that Mark and I have known each other a really, really long time.
So Kate came to me and said, would you let me write a show about my life and I knew her stories and the dating.
I started telling my dating stories to my friends, and they were all just screaming with laughter and saying, you have to do something. But literally everyone, like if it had only been a couple, I wouldn't have done anything. But it was like person after person was doing that.
I've been telling these stories at dinner parties and everything, and people say, you've got to do a show. And I'm thinking, dinner party and stage, a story of how it plays in the living room and how it plays on stage is a different ball game.
I mean, I was forced into it. I was emotionally blackmailed. And Kate is one of my oldest, dearest friends in the world, and we went to school together. And she started talking about wanting to do it. And I had decided not to direct anymore, having directed 250 projects. And so, but this was irresistible.
So, where are you going with this, Kate?
Well, first of all, we're like the lost tribe of people who talk on the actual phone.
And we talked to each other a lot on the phone, but always I was sending him things.
Sometimes for stories, I would say, tape the story about when you went on the guy with the earrings.
Because I would do voice memo things to him. And then he used to make money years ago, he did transcripts.
It was just her talking without me being in the other part of the conversation. It was and I have a really good ear.
So for him, it's very easy. He'd put that in and then type it like that.
And I would transcribe, I'd have the tape.
But then he also had my voice in his head. So he transcribed what I said, and then he was able to fashion that into something that was more, it was more writerly, obviously, that had the craft of writing.
And we've gotten a lot of feedback about people reading. It sounds just like you. Thank you.
Well, I'm Michael Edwards, and I'm a director.
Michael came in later, the director, after we had gotten sort of a rough first draft. Then we went through every single line of the plan trying to figure out what it was saying, figure out the arc, and he asked a lot of questions and, just got us thinking in a different way as well.
But I love text. I love making the story really clear, and I love having the actor absolutely understand what they're saying and why they're saying it.
The script is always, for me, number one. The text, period, end of story. If you don't have that, you don't have shit. Yeah.
It's a hard thing to do. Everyone always says, how do they learn all those lines? Well, they learn them by understanding why they need to say them. And that's the big job for the director. You never know where a great idea is going to come from. You never know what you're going to read or see that is going to fire your imagination. You have to be ready for that. The key is to be curious.
It's about love, the depth and complexity of love, and finding it, enjoying it, losing it,